Another upset has occurred, and I mentioned this earlier when the Kansas State game was going on. That they were trailing to Texas Tech and Lubbock. It's official. Texas Tech wins 71 to 63, and there was a little bit of foul game, of course, to extend the game, but the final score was 70 to 63. Texas Tech had a 33-26 lead at half. Second half, Texas Tech scored 38 points, while Kansas State scored 37. It just shows this league is just that tough. Texas Tech's like one of the worst teams in the Big 12. They would probably be higher if they were like in the SEC or some other conferences. Kansas State for the game did not shoot the ball great. 35.2%. 19 for 54 overall. 6 for 26 on threes. 21.1%. 19 for 28 on free throws. 67.9%. That's a problem. You got to make more free throws and make more shots. 36 rebounds. 12 of those offensive. 11 assists. 9 steals. 1 block. 23 turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers. 22 fouls. And, okay, that's 8, 14, 26 points off the bench. Now, Kansas State, I mean, that's what Kansas State had. Now, Texas Tech had, okay, that's 6, 8, 21, 26. And this points off the bench. And this was without Pop Isaacs, by the way. And they must have decided, I want to change. Mark Adams changed the lineup, and it worked. Because Elijah Fisher started in this game. So, Texas Tech shot 41.8% from the field, 23 for 55 overall, 7 for 25 on threes. I think at this point that's just not their strength, but still got to improve that. 18 for 25 on free throws, 32 rebounds, 6 of those offensive, 12 assists, 14 steals, 4 blocks, 18 turnovers, which is way too much, 24 fouls. Now, Kansas State has dropped. Okay. They lost. They beat TCU recently. That's only one. They beat Florida, but they lost 1, 2. Okay, that's 2. The last 4 out of 6 games here. And I'm going to explain the standings as soon as I go to Texas Tech's schedule. The remaining schedule for Kansas State at Oklahoma, that's 12 and 13. At home against Iowa State, who Iowa State did lose today, actually, to Oklahoma State. And Iowa State beat them by 4 points. Iowa State over Kansas State last time, but that was in Ames. And Iowa State struggles on the road. Then it gets to host Baylor, which they barely beat in overtime in Waco. On the road to Oklahoma State, that's a difficult place to play. At home against Oklahoma. On the road to West Virginia. That's not a lot of easy games. Now, Texas Tech. The only way they're going to get into the conference tournament, NCAA tournament, is to win the conference tournament. That's the only way. And that's going to require them to win 4 games in 4 days, which is pretty hard to do. Nobody's ever done it in the Big 12. They have the following games. They host Texas on Big Monday. Texas, watch out. You're on upset alert. I'm calling it right now. Don't be shocked that there's an upset. On the road to West Virginia. On the road to Oklahoma. That's 12 and 13. At home against TCU. On the road to Kansas. That's tough. And then Oklahoma State at home. Now, it does affect the standings because there is no more 4-way tie in the Big 12. It's just a 2-way tie. For second place, that is. Texas is 9 and 3. Baylor and Kansas are 8 and 4, but Baylor beat Kansas, so head-to-head advantage. Kansas State's now 7 and 5. Iowa State's 7 and 5. Oklahoma State's 7 and 5. Now it's more crowded for third place than anything. TCU 6 and 6. West Virginia 4 and 8. Oklahoma 2 and 10. Texas Tech 2 and 10. So that's some notable games. And We'll definitely have to wait and see what happens in the Big 12 here. It's just such a gauntlet every game, regardless how bad the opponent is in terms of record. Tonight just proved it. I mean, anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribing. I'll see you guys later. You can find subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.